This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
There are monsters who dwell in our nightmares. Creatures of unspeakable horror, plotting to destroy mankind. But in this world, there are warriors who have the courage to confront this evil.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now.
Yes, the original Scream Team is back, featuring all your old friends and starring the world's hungriest hero, Scooby-Doo.
We're hungry, and we're gonna get some food to go. Yeah.
Well, I have never met a pair who ate so much.
Join Scooby and his pals as they go from unmasking phony monsters to searching the country for real cases of the supernatural. They venture deep into the Louisiana bayou to a mysterious island haunted for 300 years.
Well, if they want haunted, they come to the right place. Peoples go into that bayou, and they don't never come out.
Here in this swamp, you will learn the secret of Moonscar Island as our heroes battle the forces of darkness, and worst of all, cats.
Who brought this dog?
Rug? Where? Rug?
Like, what is that?
This here's my hunting pig, Mojo.
What were you doing out here?
Right.
There's something suspicious about that gardener. Yeah, he is suspicious, but he is kind of cute. You'll have a beautiful view of the harvest moon tonight. I hope you'll be comfortable here. What's going on? It was a nightmare. Miss Lenoir and I went outside to wait for you when we were attacked by these zombies?
But there's always a logical explanation for these things.
What's that?
It's the fisherman! No! It's the ferryman!
Roll.
Maybe it's real!
So come along with Scooby and all the gang in their most frightening mystery ever, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Because this time, the monsters are real.
We've been to every haunted house, park, and carnival, north, south, east, and west of the Mississippi.
We don't have a mystery to solve.
Maybe we solved them all.
We were going on vacation.
Sure is nice out here on the open sea.
Like nothing bad's ever happened in paradise.
Yeah.
Where did you say this island was that we're going to?
The darkest reaches of Davy Jones' locker.
Okay.
Haven't we been here before?
Get out!
The Zombie Island Mystery! This is it! One of the unsolved capers!
Mystery Inc. is closed for business. The only thing we have to do on this island, man, is relax.
Oh, Fabo.
This is zombies!
Zombies?
If we don't get out of here, we're dead. Or at least undead.
I say we hide out here. Scooby-Doo, please tell me that's your stomach. Not again! The zombies are gonna be here any second. Like they're gaining on us.
star limit for the day.
Welcoming from Screams from the Basement. Not don't go in the basement, Screams. Casey's like, how could you mention the most infamous movie of all time? So yeah.
We're already in the basement. We can scream down here. We're allowed down here.
Yeah.
We got Casey and Sam. Or is it Sam and Casey?
Hey, it can go either way. We're fine with that. We're fine with going. We're fine with either one or the other leading the way.
You were a great new wave duo. No, I'm kidding. You're great.
Hey, we like a good new wave song though.
Oh, and with the theme you guys are picking, it could be Alice Cooper meets New Order. There you go.
Yeah.
Chopping up people on stage. Yeah, no. So we decided to do a few different get-together chats in 1 hour. We can do this, I believe. And yeah, I was like, hey, we love all kinds of anthological, and that's not the right word, anthology, and just Monkey's Paw, and just even horror comedies, and you guys love cartoons as well. I was like, I've been wanting to do a double feature with the Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island movies, because I was like, what a perfect tribute, because the sequel just kind of came and went, but it slowly kind of caught on, and it was on my bucket list of stuff to watch for a while. I was like, this is the perfect time. Just
yeah. Yeah.
Do you have memories of what was the original Zombie Island, like the first of the 90s Scooby-Doo animated?
Yeah,
Scooby-Doo?
So Sam and I are both, we call ourselves Do Heads, is the name we've given ourselves. We're Do Heads. We love Scooby-Doo. Like, Scooby-Doo is our jam. Like, it's one of the ways we first bonded, and like we continuously watch Scooby-Doo, all the TV shows, and all the other cartoons.
It's been emulated so many ways, Buffy, Scream, everything, and it's just like, it's that just be smarter than, it's funny how it's used even as a loving punchline when a critic says a very bad plot twist. It's like, I could figure this out. It's campier than a, lesser Scooby-Doo episode. It's like, it's inbred in everyone's kind of pop culture gist. It's just...
Yeah, but Zombie Island for me was like that real core Scooby-Doo memory of, like, I remember watching that as a kid all the time, over and over. It was probably one of the first cartoons that legitimately scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And then, all the other ones that came afterwards, like Alien Invasion and Witch's Ghost and
Cyber Chase.
Yeah. Cyber Chase, that was like their answer to like making fun of the Matrix and other cyberpunk stuff.
Yep.
We did an episode eons ago when we started this, and I was like, it's interesting how they evolved their movies. They kept staying relevant. They kept doing some other Cartoon Network follow-up stuff that was pretty respectable. But Zombie Island, I remember I wasn't always necessarily even fond of just where the plot went, but I just would watch it every time it was on. I just was, it just the way they set up the haunted house, and it was weird. I didn't find it scary. I just thought it was intense and everything. Just thought some of the people, part of it, were just bizarre, but I think it's just because the way it starts was just with a staircase fight and then an unmask, and then lo and behold, let's go to this mysterious island.
It
was a total 180 within 20 minutes. I'm like, where's this going? I have no idea.
Yeah, and it doesn't really treat like any of the horror with kid gloves. Like, I remember just all of the, especially when you get into the third act and they're turning into cat creatures. Like, that stuff was like what the hell? Like as a kid, I was floored by that. And I remember one time I had already seen it, but it was probably like first grade or something. We had a movie day.
Oh man.
And one of the kids brought in Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island on VHS, and we had kids crying in the classroom. Like,
I bet. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's just like everyone has to work on themselves and then remind each other, hey, you're not going to be ready for this kind of thing. Just give it 2 more years. That's all you need. You don't want to turn people off and just, because that's the other thing too. When you're a kid, then you reject certain stuff. And I was weird. Like I would rewatch some of the Disney and Warner Brothers cartoons I didn't even care for, but it's all I had. So I would rewatch it and re-examine it. So then I kind of learned before I even realized I knew it was the critical eye. Just observe keep an eye on this plot line or these Easter eggs that people claim are in the movie. And apparently after the end credits, Scooby reappears and makes peace with Simone's cats on the island and says his famous phrase. But see, I never saw that because, they cut that for time on the...
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so Frank Welker was back as Fred. I think he's still playing it. Mary Kay Bergman, rest in peace. We love her from South Park as Cartman's mom.
Yeah.
It was Daphne. Billy West was Shaggy. And Scott Ines was Scooby. But they had some other Easter eggs in there. I didn't realize Adrienne Barbeau was in there. Simone.
Yeah.
Simone. Mark Hamill shows up like
Snake Bite Scrubs.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too. I'd be like, wait, where is Luke? Yeah, I knew about Jim Cummings and Tara Strong, but yeah, BJ Ward was still playing Velma. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I mean, an all-star voice cast in this. Like, you put this up under against any like theatrical movie, because again, this was a straight to VHS movie in the 90s. Like, this has like an all-star voice acting. Like, you could put this. I mean, I think still today you could put this movie up on the big screen and it would play just as well as any of that Disney Renaissance era.
An anniversary screening would be fun. It's weird, kind of like the DC cartoons. They had it figured out. They would constantly play it on Cartoon Network, and sometimes even HBO Family. But it was just one of those. Is like, that people find this all respectable. It's not a cash in. If you love the character, it's weird how you can just make an exception to cartoons. Like, it just played better. People were more open to it versus, oh, this is a cash grab. It avoided a theater.
Yeah.
There was always a new puzzle each time I watched it, and so it was like, okay, interesting, and I guess it took me a while to kind of warm up to it, but I had hoped that when I got to doing improv in theater in college, everybody there's a cartoon nut, and they were like, that's our favorite of the Scooby-Doo movies. I'm like, interesting, and so I got it. It was just kind of a slow burn. I just slowly warmed up to it. This is like, because it kind of stops being funny after a while. It's just a bizarre, gritty adventure after a while, but it still had just eye-catching animation and the characters. You wanted to know where they had unusual ways in which they were dealing with them, instead of just the fire and the torch. It's like they were hiding out. The music was edgy. It was wild.
Yeah, such a great soundtrack for a 90s movie.
Like
is this a
Terror Time?
Terror Time is a banger. It's a banger song.
Terror Time is like the Scooby-Doo movies and just the show in general. They've always had such banger songs over all the chase scenes. But like
Sky Cycle,
nothing has come even remotely close to Terror Time, in my opinion. That said, though, like this, it's funny. I do feel like when you ask people what their favorite, like especially of the animated Scooby-Doo movies are, they go for this one. And mine has always been Witch's Ghost. I've always loved the like New England vibes of that one. The way it incorporates like the Salem witch trials and things like that.
You get the Hex Girls.
Yeah, you get the Hex Girls and stuff like that. So like that was always the one. That was the one I gravitated to, and part of that was probably because it was witchcraft, and it kind of pissed my dad off because he was a little
very reserved.
bit of a religious Yeah, he didn't like the
Only I
witchcraft
can
aspect.
talk about prosecution.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was kind of one of those things where like Witch's Ghost was my rebellion movie as a kid.
Oh, there you go. Hey.
Yeah. He didn't have as many problems with cat creatures and zombies, I guess.
Real monsters in Zombie Island.
Oh, that's just it. Like, this might be the only zombie movie you can show a kid because it's not, it's not gory. It's just, but it's still creepy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this was definitely my first exposure to zombies at all. And I mean, I grew up on Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Watching the reruns of the original TV show. And it was always, it's that same formula that people talk about all the time where you take the mask off someone at the end. And it's Old Man Withers, the guy who runs the haunted amusement park. It's the same trope over and over. Whereas this one, I still remember as a kid when Fred has one of the zombies and he's going to rip the mask off of it.
And that's kind of what I remember too. Is like, it's not coming home.
He rips the whole head off.
Yeah, it's so gnarly.
It's gnarly for a kids movie, and it's like, oh no, this is real. Like, this isn't your dad's Scooby-Doo anymore.
It's very mild. It gets the PG because you have to. It's not.
Yeah,
it's got to be creepy, but it's also funny. It's just like
yeah, watching it now as an adult, it's I think as a kid I understand why I was scared of it, but as an adult I still think it's effective in subverting the Scooby-Doo tropes. But also this movie gets funnier as an adult, that's for sure. It definitely leans more into that Scooby-Doo campiness as an adult versus when you watch it as a kid, because I was just not expecting.
Well, I mean,
this.
They bring in the voodoo dolls too.
Yeah.
And the voodoo dolls like get close to the fire and you start to see the Scooby Gang literally like melting. And that's terrifying to me. Like, that's body horror on like that's probably my introduction to body horror, like,
I was weird. I guess because I had seen so many Dark Wizards, Jim Henson, Star Wars and all that. So I guess it's weird. I guess I was just always used to that whole monkey's paw or gothic kind of terror where someone, because I'd always seen voodoo used in a amusing way. And, someone always, gets the upper hand and, takes the needle out of the witch or evildoer. But it's kind of wild. It's just like, this is as much over the top as we can do to establish that they're pretty bad. They're pretty evil.
I also think that my love for spicy food comes from this movie because those peppers, that they eat in New Orleans, I want those peppers.
Well, so there you go, New Orleans. Yeah.
I definitely I blame Scooby-Doo for a lot of my eating habits, actually. Monster of Mexico came out, and like I remember watching Monster of Mexico when that one came out when I was like maybe 10 or something like that. And like that year I went through a phase where like all I wanted to eat was burritos.
Oh, there you go. Yes, see?
And, like, I can trace so many of like my these are like my favorite foods back to I watched Shaggy and Scooby eat those.
There you go, right? I was kind of more physical. I like jumping off the sofa, defying gravity, and I learned pretty fast that's just not how that works, so don't test it. But I was still find ways to test other stuff, and I'm surprised I escaped without many burns or any other stupid stuff that I did as a kid. It's like somehow I just didn't have much imagination as food. I was cool with just macaroni and slowly warmed up to salsa and all that stuff. But kudos too if a cartoon can just inspire any kind of interest like that. If that, call it propaganda, call it what you want. If that you can embed some kind of interest, some kind of concept into a younger audience, then you've done something right instead of just being mindless and dorky. And I think that's what I dug about Hanna-Barbera. It wasn't just inspired by all the physical comedy live action. It was also as much just there'd be a dark fantasy or semi-horror, sometimes even a mild sci-fi thing. Like there's people who you believe are aliens, but it's really just someone projecting, a projector. Creatures. So I was getting close to the wire. I was like, I still got to watch part 2. I still haven't seen part 2. So I see part 2 finally. I'm like, man, this was, I somehow it just flew under my radar. Like, it wasn't very well rated, but like I didn't see a trailer for it at all. Like, I saw so many others when I still had Boomerang as part of the cable package. Like, I really dug the Phanosaur, for instance. I'm like, hey, well, what else do you want?
Good one.
That's ghost dinosaur that's killing people.
Isn't that the one that like ends with a bunch of clones of Shaggy getting into the mystery machine?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Shaggy clones himself like 15 times, and like the end of that movie is like 15 Shaggys are in the mystery machine, they're going to drive off and find something to eat.
Right. This was very. And it just works even better as a cartoon, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, yeah, he did something outrageous. Don't think about it too hard. Just have fun. It's supposed to be funny. So yeah, I see this one. In this case, comedian and singer Kate Micucci is playing Velma. It's so funny. I see the credits at the beginning. I'm like, oh, she had to have been playing Velma. And like, sure enough, it's her. And Matt Lillard's back playing Shaggy. Gray DeLeslie, who's now Gray Griffin, plays Daphne again, and Frank Welker's back playing both Scooby and Fred. And but my main thing I knew, don't get me wrong, there's all kinds of other cameos in here. John Michael Higgins and Roger Rose, but David Herman from Mad TV plays both the sheriff and Jack. The sheriff was like from an earlier animation, but like, I mainly knew about this and kept reminding myself I still need to watch this because Cassandra Peterson returns as her famous Elvira character in animated form. I'm like, okay, it's going down. I still need to see this, and this is why.
Yeah. So she's actually been in a couple of them. She was in is it Happy Halloween, Scooby-Doo, Casey?
I'm trying to remember if it's Happy Halloween or if it's Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo, because those came out like
it's Happy Halloween because that's the Mad Max one with Bill Nye.
Yeah.
Whereas
Bill
Trick or
Nye's
Treat's the one with Coco Diablo. Yeah.
And Scarecrow from Batman's the villain.
And Scarecrow from Batman is the villain of that one.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
The last one I saw was the one with Wayne Brady, Stage Fright.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that one's so good too.
That's a fun one.
And that was actually, I asked my other theater trout buddies, and that was one of their favorites because just the opening animation, it goes from, their already digital 3D to CGI 3D.
Yeah.
It was just it was a really fun take on old school Hollywood and how there's going to be some foul play behind the scenes, and all the other guest stars were having fun being over the top producers, as over the top as you can be for kids,
Yeah. I think if you're looking for an Elvira Scooby-Doo, Happy Halloween is probably the one to go.
Yeah,
I'll be 100% honest. Yeah, she's not. And I'm kind of a Scooby-Doo apologist. I like just about everything. The Zombie Island sequel is probably my least favorite Scooby-Doo thing.
Oh, really?
Like if I'm being completely honest.
Velma exists.
Okay, never mind. Velma is my least favorite Scooby-Doo thing. I forgot about that.
There's that, but we don't count that. But and that was the other annoying thing is like, hey, this has nothing to do with politics. Obviously, there's already Nazi trolls online.
Yeah,
but really, what the hell? Why would you make Scooby-Doo R-rated? Stop.
It's just really. I think the problem with that show is just that it feels like a cynical cash grab in a way that nothing else Scooby-Doo has.
See, for me, what makes Scooby-Doo great is never the mysteries. Like, the mysteries are kind of ancillary, even though it's about the mystery incorporated. It's the characters. I love the Scooby Gang. And that's what Velma just doesn't get right. Like, none of the characters are right. I want Fred to be Fred, and I want Daphne to be Daphne. I want Shaggy to be actually called Shaggy.
Just do a parody. If anything, instead of just let's change it up for no reason. Again, we all like being progressive and everything, but like it didn't work in even that. It was just like, okay, I love you, Minnie Kaling, but really, what the fuck were you thinking? And
a better version of the Velma TV show is it? It's the one that Elvira's not in. Is it Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo?
Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo.
And Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. It's a better version of Velma, where Velma's the main character in that movie, and she has a girlfriend, and the girlfriend's like teaming up with the
villain.
Gang, and
it's like a Hannibal Lecter type of situation.
Exactly. Such a great movie.
I still need to see the Pirates one. I was kind of mad.
Oh, that one's good. That one's
Goblin King. And
Goblin King is really good. I love Goblin King. Yeah.
Goblin King is fun.
I didn't care for the samurai sword one. I just thought that was just didn't really go anywhere.
that one's kind of one of those that it's fine, but it's very forgettable. Like you kind of just
There was Camp Scare, which was kind of all right. I recall.
Oh, I love Camp Scare because that was like an 80s slasher sort of. Yeah, it reminds me of a Friday the 13th, but through a Scooby-Doo lens. Yeah.
I still need to get caught up. I think there was another one in space that was kind of mad, but like I still need to see the other vampire ones and what's the other one? Monster of Mexico. I think you guys brought up Loch Ness. Where's my mummy?
Loch Ness. So that one was one that that I really liked growing up, and part of it is like there are certain sequences with I've always been a Loch Ness Monster fan. Like I used to do
Bigfoot,
reports and
don't know
shit like that in school.
You don't know if it's legit or people playing pranks on each other in a monster.
Yeah. And that movie plays with that so much where it's like it does have like a reveal at the end where it's like, oh, it's not a real Loch Ness monster. But then they even flip that and they're like, but wait, we're getting a reading down in the loch at the very end. And it's like, oh, that's cool. And there were some like genuinely creepy, they used some like CG animation for the Loch Ness monster in that. And there's some like genuinely unnerving like shots of the Loch Ness monster in that.
That looks fun.
Yeah, it's good. It's legitimately one of the better ones from that era. Yeah.
So I'm looking back at my list. I did apparently see Abracadabra-Doo. I just don't really recall it, but
it's a very forgettable one. Yeah.
Yeah. It must have been an okay forgettable because I had an okay rating, like a 6 out of 10. So like, okay.
That's the thing. Even when Scooby-Doo's kind of like forgettable, it's like I still had a good time watching it. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. Like, yeah.
Right.
We'll return after these messages.
If you like small town mystery, crazy news, and wild history, then the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast is for you. Each week, Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty bring you the absolute best Florida has to offer. So if you're looking for a show that's safe for the family, but funny enough to help you escape everyday life, then listen to the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast. That's Florida Men, plural, on Florida Man podcast.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, "Give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win." On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and booty debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in, it's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
I guess of the pros I took away of the sequel, I dug the in blooper reel, but
yes,
I overall just dug that there was a greedy director who kind of gets rid of his crew halfway through, and a return to the cat creatures. I did kind of have to remind myself. I'm like, oh, that's right, that is in the original. They're doing it.
I think the thing that bothers me with it is that it does some retconning of like, you know, like Velma is still like it makes it so like Velma is under the impression that nothing of what they saw the first time was actually real. And I'm like, no, like if you watch Zombie Island, like they all know that it's real by the end of it. Mm-hmm. And it kind of has always bothered me that they retcon that and they try and do this like, well, Velma's trying to still come up with a reasonable explanation for it. And I'm like, no, she's not. Like by the end of that movie, they are getting the hell off that island because they know it's legitimately cursed.
Yeah.
And that part of it, that's always kind of sat wrong with me a little bit. That said, like there's some funny stuff in it where I love Shaggy and Scooby, like basically being like, hey, you guys have to promise that we're not going to solve any mysteries while we're on this vacation.
That's kind of what I took away. I mainly just dug how, kind of like how Fred accidentally tears off a zombie's face. I kind of dug how he's looking at his stunt double and he's like, oh, but I don't walk that way. I don't do that way. I can handle this. I got this. I'm Fred.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like by the end, he's like doing stunt driving with the mystery machine and like hitting ramps and stuff.
Don't get me wrong, they didn't take as many risks as they could have taken. I don't know. I guess I just always like how cartoons embrace a movie crew being incorporated into a mystery. I just like,
yeah,
everything's gonna go wrong that you can think of.
Yeah.
I gotta say, my favorite part of Return to Zombie Island, I love the new modern Scooby cast. Like, I think everyone is so good in their roles as Fred, Daphne, Velma, Shaggy. I love that Matthew Lillard just keeps coming back because Matthew Lillard is Shaggy. Frank Welker just gets better and better as Scooby and Fred in
I'm
these
glad
movies.
He's still with us, man. You know,
yeah, he's so good. I mean, I think Gray is probably my Daphne. Like, if I had to pick a favorite Daphne actress, it's probably Gray.
Totally.
Yep.
So I just love the entire cast of the Scooby Gang. I think they're all perfectly cast, and I hope they continue to play these characters for a long time.
Totally.
Yeah.
I had no idea that Kate Micucci had already done some of the other ones like Nighttime Terror and even Lego Scooby.
Yeah.
Yep.
The WE one. So that's cool because, you know, she's one of those comedians is like everybody knows her name, you know, kind of like Jack Black, even if you don't know or aren't even crazy about what project she's in. Like, yeah, she's the parody singer. She's on Raising Hope, Scrubs. You know?
Yeah, her stuff with Garfunkel and Oates
Big
with
Bang.
Ricky Lindholm is so funny. Like God, she's fantastic, and she's a great voice for Velma. Like when
she just has that face, like where like something stinks or something's off. She's like, this can't be good. Like she just alludes that in every role.
Like she could be a live action Velma too, 100%. Yeah,
I'd see it. Well, that's just it. Like, it does kind of make you wonder, just how many who are watching it now are people who've already grown up on it versus have been there like since the 60s. You know, like,
yeah.
But yeah,
I mean that's kind of the great thing about Scooby-Doo is how multi-generational it is. Like I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Of like some people have Mickey Mouse as like their cartoon icon, the one that's gone through, their parents watched it, they watch it, now their kids watch it. Yes. For me, that's Scooby-Doo for me is like, I grew up watching Scooby-Doo. My kids are going to watch Scooby-Doo. Like my wife loves Scooby-Doo. Like it just, like that's my Mickey Mouse for me of that multi-generational. I always feel good watching Scooby and the Gang.
It's just a fun cheer up. It's just, it's clearly made by, again, people who still love the property instead of just because that's just it too. You guys did bring up a good point on whether to embrace the mystery or not. And it's like, it's ultimately, it's been there, done that. You just want to, Scooby kind of just introduced me to the whole, a mystery just has to be interesting, but it also has to serve the bigger sum, which in this case is the comedy, you know, and the other. So this is like, just, you can be Agatha Christie or you can just be Three Stooges. It doesn't matter as long as it works, you know.
Yeah.
And
that is a good way of putting it. Like I feel like Scooby-Doo is the intersection of like Agatha Christie and the Three Stooges.
Try and out twist these twists, Christopher Nolan. So that's a good segue. Of all, if you had to rank your top 10 cartoons, where do you think you would land? You know, I kind of just count Scooby as the whole Hanna-Barbera catalog. I was watching as much Yogi Bear and Flintstones as I was.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, I grew up watching the Boomerang channel and all of the old classic Hanna-Barbera stuff.
They would play them back to back, so half the time I would forget. Oh, that's right, Jabberjaw and Hong Kong Phooey. Oh, that's right. I didn't realize that was their own show because they kept transitioning into the other episodes they were on of the other shows. So I was just discombobulated growing up.
Yeah. Well, and then you got stuff like Wacky Races with like Dick Dastardly and Muttley, and I have always loved Wacky Races.
Oh my god.
The latest one, Scoob, that came out in like 2020, the feature length one.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of issues with that movie, I think. But
you'll get no argument.
but that said, like, one of the things that I love about that movie is the idea of, like, they brought Dick Dastardly and Muttley back. Like, everything, like, as someone who grew up watching Wacky Races and loved that character, like, to have Dick Dastardly be the villain of that movie and his whole thing is, like, he's just trying to get Muttley back.
I'm sure
I was like,
some of
what
the
the fuck?
animators...
That's so good. I love that.
I'm sure some of them wanted to emulate kind of Space Ghost. Is like, okay, yeah, let's have some slight adult stuff in here where one of the characters gets arrested or is in court.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of that, but just,
there's this scene where like Fred gets pulled over by a blonde lady cop, and he's like very head over heels, and like
I was surprised.
All of a sudden, the lady cop pulls her mask off, and it's Dick Dastardly, and like, and Fred's response is just like, "I am so confused."
I'm so confused. Wild.
Like later, they're talking about something else. They've moved on, and Fred just all of a sudden goes, "That mask was pretty hot, though." Like, it's such a weird. Yeah, I don't know. That movie's got issues, but there are like moments.
It was kind of one of those. I think people just weren't going to give it a chance just because of all the backlash on the internet. Like, the minute they find someone is not voicing, it's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
They don't have to be the only voice in the room.
Yeah, I think like the voice cast that they got is very much, it felt a little stunt casty, and so I was kind of with them, like, where I was like, yeah, why are we doing this? But at the same time, like, I do appreciate some of the creative choices they made, and it's like it was made by Tony Cervoni, who's been a like driving force behind all things Scooby-Doo. And so, you know, like, I do feel like it came from a genuine place. I just also think that they made a few bad choices in the making of that just unfortunately tainted the product a little bit. Yeah.
I would have loved it if I was 12.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I was 12 and I saw that,
that's not what I can say about some of the new Muppet stuff, where I was just like, yeah, this doesn't work as a kid's stuff or a new Muppet entry. This is just soulless. But then I had a brief regurgitation when I saw the last two shows they attempted. I'm like, okay, that's where they need to be. Versus what?
Yeah,
like, it takes
they've course corrected on Muppets a little bit. Yeah,
a little bit. They still need some tinkering.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening. It's a jacked up